This is the Negro Ninja. And before we start, I would like for y'all to take a look at the t shirts in the description. All right. I'm going to tell y'all the story. Okay, an Omegle story that happened a few weeks ago. And my memory's kind of fuzzy, but I do have a draft of when it was fresh in my head. Okay, so I was talking to this bitch on Omegle. Now, in my draft, I was wondering whether or not I should call her a bitch because she seemed cool. And that's what it is dealing with hoes. You see like 20 stupid bitches in a row, and one chick is not as dumb as the others. You be like, maybe she ain't that bad. But in hindsight, I'm gonna say that she's a bitch, okay, in a hoe. Because of what made her leave. She basically ended up being a coward, like all hoes are. Okay, so I'm just talking like I usually talk. She tells me her age, 19. I said, I don't believe you 19. No, I really am. I said, so you hoes play too much. Okay, I'm just talking the way I talk, whatever. Or however I said it to her. I didn't give a damn what she thought. Well, how old are you? 34. Because I'm just expecting her to do some coward shit. I'm like, that doesn't scare you or something. Basically, just taunting her because I expect her to be a coward. Okay. I said, because, these hoes used to be acting funny. They'll talk to you, think you're 20, and then, or they'll think you're even younger, and then they'll skip you once they can't get past the 34, and they be acting funny. Okay, even if a chick talk to you for, she can talk to you for hours, and she can't get past that one little stupid thing or whatever. So she was like, "No, that's okay." I said, "Well, I guess both of us think we're younger than what we actually are, or whatever." Then we just started talking. Okay, and she don't really seem impressed with nothing I'm saying. She said, "Well, I don't care. None of this stuff offends me. Like it doesn't apply to me. Why would I get mad?" Okay, but the reality is, you still gotta watch chicks like that. And she's the type of chick that knows how to keep a conversation. I said, shit, you keep a conversation going better than most bitches on here. That's good. Oh, you're funny. You should be a comedian. Talking to me like that and stuff. Okay, but the reality is, chicks that can keep a conversation usually, it's more full of shit sometimes. They're either wasting your time or they're looking for the right time to blow up at you. So you can never really, you just got to be careful dealing with hoes. Okay, then the truth is, bitches on social media in general, whether it's Omegle or not, are usually just predators anyway, just wasting time or whatever. But so I'm just talking to her because I ain't got shit to do, and she started asking me what's the oldest chick I dated, and why do I think that she was stupid? Okay, what makes you think? What in your opinion, like why you think she was dumb? I said it's because of her body count. Well, hold up. Well, she get a little offended, telling me, slow down now. I said, look, I ain't saying that the fact that she's fucking is bad. I just think that this bitch's body count rivals a bitch that does this shit as a career, and that's why she's so fucked up in the head and this, that, and this. So she gave me some pushback on that one. I said, look, if a chick gonna give me the pussy easily, I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. Okay, but there will be criticism if she's not doing a good job or something along them lines. Um, and she's thinking the shit is funny or whatever. And then she was like, so let me ask you this. You're an older gentleman. So what is it with the older man's infatuation with the younger women? She telling, basically saying chicks that just hit puberty and all this type of stuff. I said, well, for one, their body count is not as high as the older bitch. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, look, it's true. Okay, the more hoes fuck, the more fucked up their head is, or whatever. A little pushback off of that. And I basically just tell her, I'm like, yeah, they're just not as bitter as the older woman and etc. Or whatever. Well, they just don't know better. They're kids. I'm like, no, the fuck they're not. I said they used to marry chicks that age in the Bible or whatever. And basically gave her the spiel about how God says adulthood is basically just development and etc. Okay, yeah, but okay, I can see, but you know, they don't know better at that age. They're just kids. I'm like, no, the fuck they're not. How they gonna be kids when they, do a lot of shit? Um, I'm like, David slew Goliath, and he was like 14. If they thought that he was a kid, would they let him go out there and fight a giant? Okay, and then she just started trying to really defend 12-year-olds as being babies and stuff. I'm like, that don't even make any sense. I said, let me tell you something. There was a bitch on here that was 23 years old telling me that she used to do freaky stuff on here, and I said, Papa Titty. And then she gonna give me a story about how she was groomed at 12. I'm like, how the fuck are you groomed at 12? when you know what the fuck good touch and bad touch is. Why you just skip the nigga? So I told her that story or whatever. Okay, and then she says, no, she's still a kid. She doesn't know better. I'm like, so why she on Omegle? And then you can pretty much guess what happens next. Okay, actually, you probably can't guess because this is stupid. Okay, she starts telling me a story of when she used to do the same thing as that chick that I was talking about. Okay, which pretty much just proves my point right here. Let me go back because I forgot to say this in the draft. It's not about what make a bitch smile. It's about what make a bitch angry or what make a bitch cry or whatever. Because I'm talking my shit, not giving a fuck what she think. And she thought the shit was funny. She smiling and laughing at that. But I was being dead ass serious. Fuck her feelings. Didn't hurt her feelings though. Okay. But when I'm just being more chill, that's when her feelings get hurt then. Okay. She starts defending things. Okay. And when a bitch defends some shit, that's because she's doing it. Because, you know, just like how hoes defend rainbow zombies, bitches are gay. Now, I don't recall her giving me any pushback when I was talking shit about homos. She thought it was funny, for what I remember. Okay. And I said, shit, chicks used to go to World War Six when I'm talking this type of shit. No, you know, they don't offend me. It don't matter. But that's what offended her. Okay. Because once again, she said that she was on there at 12 years old doing the same thing. Okay. And she's basically saying how a woman's body's not, a girl's body's not developed at that age and this, that, and this. And I was like, whatever. Okay. And I said, so what you doing on here doing some shit like that at 12? And why are you not dealing with niggas your age? And she arrogantly says, I don't fuck with dudes my age. You know, she said it just like that. I said, so this don't make any sense. So you're saying that these are bad guys when you clearly went out there seeking them. Okay, it don't make any sense. But the man should know better. They're men. They should know better. Bet you 12, you should know better. Okay. And you remember that one time when they were saying that kids should be out there voting during the time when they dumbass was putting some Tide Pods in their mouth? Okay, I haven't even seen a bitch do UFC, MMA fighting at 16 years old. And people told us, oh, she's just a baby. But she won the fight, though. She beat up a 20-year-old lady. She choked out. Okay. All right. See, hoes only kids when it's convenient to them. But while she was at that age doing that shit, she felt like a grown ass woman. This is like, if I'm not mistaken, this is the third story that pretty much proved my point about there being predators on Omega, about how the real predators are the kids and the women in general. Okay, third story. The second story I may tell y'all if y'all want to hear it. Okay. Matter of fact, the second story is even more crazy than this, but you know, just let me know if y'all want to hear it. So anyway, and you know, she just starts to get more passionate, you know, and more emotional. Then, okay, this is what's starting to make her angry. This is what started to make her cry. She didn't really cry though, but you know, just figure of speech. No, 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 no. She had a strong opinion about how that should not be a thing, but that's something that she used to do. Okay, now hoes don't mind trying to defy their parents. They'll use dudes to defy their parents and end up betraying the dudes they use to defy authority with. Bitches cannot be trusted. Then there was a Reddit story I heard to where they was asking girls that, oh, chicks that did this type of stuff, what do y'all think now? I thought it was cool then. Chick was like, she was 16, dating a 35-year-old. Now she's saying he must be a big loser if he fucks with somebody like me at that age. I'm like, what are you bitches? What the hell is wrong with hoes? Okay. Okay, who do you bitches want to be mad at? They'll do anything to not be mad at themselves. Okay, hoes don't got no shame, which is why they can get abortions at the drop of a dime. Okay, they don't give a fuck. If it this like I said, this is one of the reasons why the so-called nice guy, anybody that's decent, they gonna group you in with those losers. You know, like losers that just let chicks walk over them. Get her in her feelings. Okay, make her think about herself. She's not gonna like that. Stupid motherfuckers have a better time because she's not thinking about herself. She's thinking about how down this motherfucker is, and it's distracting her for herself. Okay, what's the hate? Okay, when she's not the one to blame. That's the psychology of bitch. Okay, but once again, she's telling me these are grown men. They should know better. And this, that, and this. You're a young adult, bitch. You should know better. Okay, you know how hoes try to guard the coochie off because they know better. Why you ain't just guard the coochie off then? Like I said, on Omega, you can't even ask a chick her age without her getting defensive. Last time I asked a chick her age, she said, "Look, I'm just trying to be friends on here." I said, "What?" And it was just awkward. Okay, it just didn't make any sense. Okay, I'm like, bitch, I'm not asking you to marry me. I just asked your age. That's important. Okay, for them to be talking that type of shit that she talking at the beginning, then they'll be wanting to tell you their age. But they will talk to you. They'll talk to you for as long as as you will talk to them sometimes, especially when they think you're cool. Okay, but I don't want to know your age. Okay, now as for this chick that I was just talking about at the beginning of the story, till this very day she does not fuck with men her age, and she got that complaint asking why do men like the younger girls? Bitches they don't make any sense. All right. And then here's one thing I took note of. Okay, because I was still thinking she was full of shit about her age. Okay. When and then she pulled out a blunt and started rolling the blunt. And then when I saw how she was licking the blunt, I was like, yeah, you 19, because you licked that blunt like a hoe that's been doing this for years. Okay. And you know that bitches that smoke weed are usually promiscuous anyway. She was licking that blunt like she was licking the side of a nigga's dick. And she was all into it, just you know how they do it. And I was like, damn. But she probably can't suck dick as good as she licked that blunt. I bet she can't. Because hoes always doing little stupid shit to entice you. And this is how I believe that she enticed them older motherfuckers to do that shit. Because the truth is, I don't care what people tell you. Because I'm good with chicks. Okay. The reality is, okay, man don't seduce women. Women seduce men. Okay. And that's just a promise. Okay. The better you are with chicks, the harder they'll make the shit for you. You think you can come up there and just be suave and cool and handsome? Okay, she'll just make it harder for you. You basically have to convince her and shit. Okay, you got to work harder for it. You better off being awkward. That's why the dumber you are, the easier you're gonna have it with a bitch. All right, and the better you are, the easier it is for a hoe to put you in goofy situations. Okay, just like what she was talking about right there. Now she blaming the dudes that she baited into. Well, the only people that was being groomed in this situation was the dudes. Okay, that's just the truth. Talking about she was groomed and she used to do it, but she's still fucking with older men. Okay, really? Chicks are demons, man. At first, I said they're like demons. Now I'm just gonna say they are demons. The best way to describe a hoe would be possibly a siren or something like that. Okay, she had a very strong opinion against that, but that is what she used to do, which pretty much brings me to this point. All these bitter old hoes were wild bitches when they was a youngster. Okay, and they try to corrupt the younger chicks. That's why you got to be very careful. They got so much to say because they did more than anybody. Okay, this is why single moms make the worst parents because they some wild bitches. Usually some wild bitches, and that's not to say the widows or nothing like that. But I'm talking about chicks that has made stupid decisions to where she don't have her baby daddy raising the kid with her. Them the ones I'm talking about. Okay, okay. These are bad fruits that just live to be old fruits. And they say you do not put bitter shit next to sweet fruit, otherwise the sweet fruit gonna get bitter. Okay. Oh, anybody that know about farming know what I'm talking about. You don't put bad crops next to the good ones. That's just not gonna end well. Okay. And in that draft, I was telling y'all a story of when I was talking to an 18-year-old bitch when I was a merchandiser. I was roughly about 28 then. Okay, she was still in high school though, but she was 18. And she the one that pulled me to the side. And like I said, it's the old video called Why They Always Watch You. And I explained it in more detail when it was fresh as it happened. But once again, she did bait me. I ain't gonna lie to you, because she was sitting, not sitting, but she was standing to where I got to see that thigh gap. I was like, God dang, that's Kingdom Hearts. Okay. And I just said, hey, what's up? Then, chicks just engage you. I'm like, damn, I was just saying, hey, now we're just talking. And it's just so much static that where all the old white women, she was a little young white shit, just started coming by. Just I'm like, what the fuck they got to do? That shit would just get on my nerve. Chick was at self checkout, just all in there. Whenever I said something, she was just like, I was like, oh, I hate this bitch. I really hate her. And then her supervisor, who was an old white bitch that was around the same age as that old white bitch watching, that was about like 40 something, possibly early 50, chubby. Okay. And she called that girl to the office, and I swear they had a meeting. She was looking dead at me. You know, like how them niggas be doing when, when they sense a high power level dude walking past about to come into vicinity with they bitch. It's the same demon. Okay. And then she sent her back out. And then, when it came time for the girl to leave, she pretty much snuck her out of there. I'm like, oh, the chick didn't tell me bye. She was just sneaking out of here. Okay. And it was to the point that where I swear I'm not making this up, not exaggerating. That old bitch. Okay. I just saw the girl leaving when I was pulling the pallet. And, she came out the office or whatever, because I guess she called her back in. Okay. Then the lady just looking at me like this. And then she did like this. I said, I'm like, I know I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. Okay, while the young chick walking fast, and then the next time I saw the young chick, she was just playing games as she was talking to me. She was playing a lot of games. She wasn't playing them like that at first, but somebody got into her head. You gotta watch these old hoes. Okay, and that young bitch I was talking to, she's on her way to being an old bitter bitch. Okay, and once again, going back to the topic of what she's saying, she think it's wrong for older men to date younger chicks. Well, unless they're all adults, and she wanted them to be like 20 and stuff like that, or 18 and stuff like that. No, it shouldn't be that way. She said 18 is too young, or something along them, or something. I forgot exactly what happened, but as long as it's like that or something, but even she think it's too young, even when they're both adults, but she still does these things. Okay. Okay, that's like that one time I was telling y'all about that time when I was in corporate, and this old lady who dated an older dude was telling me I should not date younger women. And this dude was like, hey, how you gonna tell him that when your nigga is 70 years old and you 50? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Bitter, bitter fruits. They just trying to rob, because she's a predator doing what she's doing. Okay, she's robbing you of your time, when you're just talking to her. Like she's robbing these young chicks of experiences. That's why they be in their head, teaching them to fear men that are older. Okay, and I forgot to say the part that made the bitch skip. Everything was cool. And then when I said something along the lines of, how you gonna say that they're wrong when you came on to them? Like you got to be held accountable for your actions, or something along them lines from what I remember. And then she was like, and she skipped, but that's when she was still starting to talk loud. That's when the demon come out of these hoes. Okay, and this is while it pays. Like I said, I know hoes are full of shit, but as long as you know they full of shit while you talking, it's okay, because you studying, bitch. Okay, and it's just going to make it easier for you when you find the right women, or when you find the right pool of women, so you can filter them out easier. Okay, chicks may try to waste time, but there's no such thing as wasted time when you are a man of God. Oh, you got to be smart with it. Okay, you're not worshiping, bitch. You learning, bitch. The more they think they play you, the more they play themselves. Okay, and they underestimating the severity of these actions. Okay, because every man that rants about bitch, okay, there's a man learning about bitch that is younger. Okay, and when people hear about stupid shit, people get tired of shit without having to go through it as much as you've been through it. And like I said, I'm not even hitting scratching the surface with the potential of that shit. You know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, but since this is 19 minutes, I'm just going to wrap it up. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.